I'm Hunter.
I'm Rebecca.
I'm Caitlin. I'm Nessa.
This is the Family Showdown!
That was mellow. That was a mellow beginning. Bow, 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 bow. Sound like those 70s movies or something. Hey, welcome. It's time for a top 10 of greatness. Welcome.
Hello, folks. How are you?
I'm Rebecca, and this is the most wonderful mechanic in the universe. He fixed a broken dishwasher. He's my hero.
I'm not sure how I did it, but I did it.
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter.
All right, folks. This time we have what I'm calling the Briganated Top 10.
Briganated. There's a new word for Hunter's Dictionary.
Briganated. So, over on the Brothers Murph, they did a top 10 recently, and we're stealing it. I asked permission first. I kind of said I was stealing it and just letting them know, and they were cool with it.
Because I'm chill like that.
So they called it the top 10 1 in 100 games. They also called it Gameception, which I like that.
I like that.
So what it is, what this top 10 this time is you go out to the Board Game Geek,
Hey, old chat.
and you look at groupings of 100, and you pick your favorite game within those groupings. So you start with 1,000, so you do 1,000, 901 to 1,000, that's number 10. Then 801 to 900 is number 9, etc., 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 until you get to 1 to 100, and that's your number 1.
Woo!
So you pick your favorite games as of today, or however you're feeling for today. You pick your favorite out of that grouping, and There you go.
And this is by their rank, not so much order of favorite. Although mine aligned fairly well along those lines.
No.
Oddly.
Not for me.
In some of them.
Not even close.
But, yeah. So you ever heard that compliment? You know, you're like, you're 1 in a million. This one, you're only 1 in 100.
1 in 100.
You're only 1 in 100.
That's still pretty good.
No, it's pretty good.
So, we did not compare our lists, as always, beforehand. So there's going to be some crossover. I'm predicting 2 crossovers. Predicting 2 crossovers. 2 crossovers.
I'm not sure. I'm going to say 1.
Someone asked if you have new hair.
Let's see.
Not recently.
I cut my hair. Maybe.
Alright.
It probably looks redder because I'm wearing a brown shirt. That's probably why.
Yeah, they're listed, like I said, they're listed, you just answered that, their order of the ranking. We start with the 901 to 1,000 and work our way up.
Yep.
And mine, like I said, are not even, if I reordered them, it would be a completely different list. Alright, let's do this. Ready to do this?
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Hold on. I'm going to get some setup stuff going. Alright, here we go. My number 10 is Merchants of Venus.
Well, spoiler, I haven't played that, so it can't possibly be a crossover.
And I got the BGG up here to get the most recent rankings of said games.
Fancy.
So,
fancy.
Merchants of Venus is...
It's a good game.
930. 930. I ranked this game a 9. I gave it a 9 because I liked it. Probably more so the fact that I played a super deluxe, amazing, tricked out.
That was pretty cool.
Merchants of Venus.
The pictures of that
and I had a moderator, so it was like the perfect storm. But I enjoyed it. I like pick up and deliver games. The roll and move part of it, I like because you can mitigate it. I'm okay with roll and move as long as you can mitigate it. And it's a cool game. It's a major economic. Wouldn't really call it exploring because the maps are there, but you're going around the map, pick up, deliver. You're trying to buy low, sell high, upgrade your ships, get newer ships, build a merchant outpost maybe where you can have better deals in certain planets. It's really cool, and it's got a cool. Even though it's roll and move, it's got a really cool system because you can get. The map has all these different colors in the trails, or yellow, blue, and red, I think is when you're going around the map. And if you buy certain engines, you skip that particular color, which is really cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I heard that there can be issues with movement and stuff, and it sounds like that is the way to go.
Yeah, you can upgrade it. That's one way you can
efficiency.
mitigate it. You can also, when you upgrade your ship, you can mitigate it. You get like, you take the highest 2 out of 3 and things like that. There's ways to trick up the roll and move. There you go, Merchant of Venus.
Ooh.
I should flip over here and see if people were going poo-pooing my choice.
I am.
You are?
Yep. I haven't played it, though. I'm just kidding. So I like to mess with you. Yay!
Oh,
all
Merchant of Venus. I always say Merchants of Venus for some reason.
You do. That's funny. Why somebody correcting you?
KK.
And Neutral Castle Panic. Oh my gosh. Yep. We haven't played that as much in a
Riverboat.
while.
There's some good choices.
Yeah, that's the thing about this is I feel like you can't really go wrong with the list like this because it's probably in the top 1,000 for a reason. And as I was going through this, I really felt that to be more and more the case. I'm like, apparently, in general, I like a lot of really good games.
I thought
I
I would have some stinkers in this list, but they're all, I think I rate all of them 9s and 10s.
Wow.
I think. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't have any stinkers.
All right, let's move on to Rebecca's number 10, which is...
Although Hunter may call this a stinker for all I know.
Oh, no. I'm indifferent about this game.
Oh, see? It's a meh. It's a meh game for all of you at home. And that is, I like Paper Tales. And it cracked into the top 1,000. And this one, I know, there's all these good games. It's again, this was hard for me to pick. And there were several that I was eyeing, but this one I keep coming back to because I just like to play it. I like the cards. I like the discovery of finding all the combos. I do think that, yes, it does need the expansion to make it that, extra oomph, but I really like this game. I like that you have... So what you're doing is you're taking cards and you're going through and you have like the age and stuff. So you're choosing what you're going to play and you get some buildings that you can build as well that will kind of help you along with your engine because you get some resources that help you buy more cards and whatnot. And you get victory points from them. But what's neat is I just like the way you can play around with like the aging mechanism and stuff because there's some characters and some cards that'll let you get bonus victory points and things off of putting extra age tokens down or things like that, or saving people that after one round, if they have an age token on them, normally the cards go away after that. But you can get more, there's some that have special abilities of like, we can take 2 or things like that. And I like playing around with all the different combinations, and it's another one of those card games where you're kind of building up your system and what you want to use in your engine, but it's not... I mean, you're competing, obviously, but you're not attacking the other person and tearing up stuff that they built up.
Right.
So I really enjoyed that game. It's a lot of fun. I like to play it over and over.
Everybody's saying with the expansion.
That's the thing, with the expansion. Yeah, I agree. With the expansion. Base game, especially if you...
It's pretty limited.
It's limited because, especially if you're good at playing the... those kinds of card games, you'll probably see the combos pretty early on, and you'll just destroy new players. And I don't like that. I mean, and it kind of loses the freshness because you already know all the best combos. So there's that. I get that it does, I think, need the expansion, but I love playing it with the expansion.
Alrighty. Meh.
Wow. Rude.
My number 9 game. My number 9 game is... gonna be our first crossover, I'm guessing.
Talking smack in the chat.
Crown of Emara. Crown of Emara, which is ranked... hold the phone. Well, I'll just tell you what I had it ranked at. It could have changed slightly in the last day or two. Ranked 848. Crown of Emara, 848. Probably changed 1 or 2. So Crown of Emara, it's a midweight Euro game that has an interesting action. Well, it's kind of got a double interesting action selection. So you have a hand of cards, and you're going to play the cards down. You're going to make 3 choices of actions for that turn, and then you have 2 choices of areas to take those actions. So there's 2 kind of rondelle type situations. There's one that's kind of your resources, and there's one of where you're basically getting your victory points, basically converting those resources into items that will give you victory points. And so when you play your actions, you can kind of say, okay, I want this action to do the resources, and my next action is going to be over here. And so it's kind of a puzzly, almost a puzzle of how you're going to utilize your actions best.
It's a good puzzle.
It's just a really cool mid-weight Euro game. It plays. It's one of those 90-minute, maybe even less, maybe even an hour, mid-weight Euro game that's really got some really interesting choices. There's lots of different ways to make victory points. There's superpower cards you can buy. There's got an interesting scoring system. Which a lot of games are using now, where you have two score tracks, and you're taking your lowest of the two. So you have to kind of balance what you're doing. Or you run away with one, and then you try to catch up with the other one, or however you want to do it. But your lowest of your two is your score.
Yep. It's a good game.
Let me guess. It was all right? You didn't pick Crown of Emara?
Nope.
Oh, you're fired.
Nope. I think there's a new kid in town.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Shocking. I'm shocked.
I don't know. It was close. I
I'm
almost
shocked.
picked Crown of Emara. I eyeballed it, but there's a new game that we played, and I really, really liked it. And that was Empires of the Void 2. It's number 869 on BGG as of today. And wow, guys. It's got Ryan Lockett art, because I'm a sucker for Ryan Lockett's art. He does awesome art. B, space game. You guys know I love the space games. And just the engine and the way that the exploration and the building of this works is so cool. I love this. I love this game. I like going around and trying to explore planets and the way you battle it out and try to build up what you've got. And it's just a really good combo. I thought it was a really cool game, really smooth gameplay, and then combine it with the space and the art and everything else, and I'm like, well, I'm sold. I would play that right now.
I'm shocked. That would be my number 2 out of the 2. I still like Crown of Emara.
Oh, man.
Crown of Emara is just so smooth.
It is, but so is this game.
No,
I mean, Crown of Emara is really good.
You're becoming a heavier gamer than me?
It's possible. No, it's not. No, it's not. You still like freaking Arkwright and Antiquity, man. Woo! Nope. Spreadsheets, the game.
Man. That's cool.
But no, I know.
I'm surprised. Call me
I like
surprised.
this game. I like this game.
Call me surprised.
Like it a lot.
All right, my number 8.
Surprised? What's your number?
My number 8. My number 8. Number 8 is Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. I always say that.
I knew you were going to pick this one.
Heroes
I knew it.
of Land, Air, and Sea. And as of a couple of days ago, it was ranked 734. This is a kind of an epic 4X game. A 4X game that plays fairly quickly. It's just a really cool, streamlined... I keep saying 4X, but it's a very attacky game. You're going and exploring out. You're collecting resources. You're building up. It's got things I love in games where you start off and everyone's kind of the same, but then over time you get specialized. Everyone has different superpowers they can give their little troops. It's really cool how the at first you're kind of just exploring out. It reminds me a little bit of a lot of real-time strategy games. So you start out, you're all in your one little building, and then you can send out your little workers, and they start collecting resources.
That's so much fun.
After a while, you start sending
So
your
much
troops out to go start attacking the other players. It's got airships and boats and all kinds of crazy powers.
And it's fun, and the miniatures for that are great. I mean, it's just like, they're fun to play with, and I don't even like super attacky games usually, but that one's fun.
Yeah,
like, it's just really fun.
It's really very Euro-y for a 4X game.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of 4X games aren't as... It's just really... It seems more Euro-y to me, even though obviously it's got attacking.
No, it's attacking.
It just seems like the first half of the game, you're really building up resources and making your troops more powerful, give them special powers, and then the second half is just...
Yeah.
You start butting heads because you run out of territories to expand out to, which a lot of 4X games are like.
Very cool.
Really cool game. I like it.
Hey, there's that famous Dean guy. I saw him asking Tom Vassell questions last week.
Yeah, he did.
Or was it this week? I don't know.
It was
a day ago?
It was yesterday.
Yeah, famous guy.
The famous Dean.
Oh, I saw a question. I think it was Nathan asked it. That he had a great idea for a top 10 list, and where should he put it?
On our BGG page or in the chat.
Or you can do it in the chat now. Yeah,
do it in the chat or in the comments. Yeah, I use I'd say probably almost half of our top 10 lists are
come from you guys.
that you've given us.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. So
here's Land, Air, and Sea. It's just really cool.
Great.
It's really, I think it's balanced. All the different races are balanced. I bought the expansion, one of the expansions to get some more races, but I haven't played it since then.
Order and Chaos.
Because
yeah, it's okay 2-player.
No game day thing. Yeah, it's all right 2-player. It's not as good 2-player.
But yeah, it's one of those where it feels kind of open. You could kind of sort of avoid each other a little bit.
All right, what's your number?
Kind of don't want to do that.
What's your number 8?
My number 8 is number 706
shocking me with
as
these choices.
of today, and this one is Century: A New World. Now,
wow, that went out of that section.
What?
What's going on?
And I'm looking at this here, okay, and there were some good ones. I mean, there's like Gentes and Field of Green and all these good ones.
Fog of Love.
Fog of Love. Fog of Love was on there. No, Fog of Love was in the 8 to 900s.
Oh, we're in the 700s. I need to back up. I was like, no. I need to go back up one.
Nice try. But no, this one, I keep coming back to this one because there's just something amazing about the Century games. I really like the simplicity, for one thing. I like that it starts out with something simple and takes this concept and you build this really cool engine. First, you're trading in bits for different kinds of values and stuff, and you're making a cool engine out of it, right? But on top of that, you can play this game by itself or with the other Century games. And when you combine those Century games, we both were like, wow, this is cool. And I get that kind of wow feeling every time we do that. I really like that. The fact that you can play this game 2 different ways. 2 different ways.
No, more than that.
Well, yeah, that's true. More than that, but I mean, that's
this particular game you could play 1,
that's
2,
true.
3, 4 different ways.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insanely cool. Yeah, we haven't even explored the other ways. We just have done
we played all 3 at once.
We played all together, and then we played it by itself.
Yeah.
But we haven't done the other weird combos. But how many other games can you say work like that? Very, very few, if any, that I can think of. I mean, I'm sure there's some out there, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, there's not a lot of series of games that you can mix and match together.
Yeah, and it does it well, and it's really neat. In fact, we talked about this one. This was one of our favorites to throw into the mix, because I think, was it the map?
It has worker. It's more Euro-y.
That's what it was. It was the worker.
It has worker placement
stuff.
I think.
Yeah, I think it was this one. And it's really good. So if you haven't tried it, I do recommend, if you're able to get it with, combine it with the other games and play the big game of it. And it is just really, really fun. It just mixes it up. It's a whole fresh new way to look at it. So give it a whirl. I love it. Century New World.
All right. What was the number, was it?
It was 706.
70. Oh, it just barely squeaked in.
Yep, it squeaked in. Squeak! So.
All right, my number 7. And this is the 600s. The 600s.
Oh, there's Nathan's list. Ooh.
My number 7 is City of the Big Shoulders.
I knew you were going to pick that one, too.
City of the Big Shoulders coming in at 690, which is shocking that it's that low. But anyway.
Well, they obviously didn't consult you, because...
So this is 18XX, the Euro game, is what this is. So it takes away the trains and the tracks, and you have just businesses instead. It has worker placement. It has the same concept of you have your business and you have your personal money, and you're trying to... you win the game by having the most personal money, but you want to build up your business to make money. It's worker placement. It's got different tracks you can go up on. It has resource management. It has an economic system with the resources. It's like this game was built for me. I'm going to be talking a little bit later about my top 100. This is going to be way up the list on my top 100.
Oh, yeah.
Where it lands, we'll find out in October.
Where it stops, nobody
knows.
But
I love this game. This is... I love it. I like it more than 18XX games. I like it more than most heavy Euro games. So, there you go.
Yeah, it's going to be in your top 20, I think.
20?
I think so.
30?
No, top 20, I think.
10?
Possibly.
Top 10.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised, honestly. No, this has a weird name because it's based off of a poem about the city, right?
I love how you say that.
What?
Does anyone else say that word that way?
Oh, you're making fun of the way... Okay, it's probably some Wyoming thing, I'm sure.
She's the only person I ever heard it say that way, and I think it's beautiful.
You like it?
Yeah, I actually like it.
Oh, okay.
It sounds very highfalutin.
Highfalutin!
See the big shoulders. I've talked about this quite a bit. Like I said, amazing heavy Euro game. Might be my favorite heavy Euro game. Maybe.
I thought it was right. Nope. Darn. I was going to pull it. But yeah, it's... I was shocked at how good that was, because I don't always like games like that, but it's good. It's good.
All right. 7 for you.
All right. My number 7 is number 679 currently. And that is Core Worlds. I know you guys are shocked to see another space game on my list, right? This is another one of those, again, that it's space, cards, engine building. What's not to love, right? So you're taking up, again, this is a deck builder. And what you're doing is the core worlds are your ultimate goals because they're worth a ton of victory points. But there's also these other lesser planets that you are accumulating to help build up your resources and engines and your victory points as you go. And you're building up your armies, and you need to get space ships, and you need to have ground troops. And depending on what combination of those you get, depends on what kind of planet and core world that you're going after. So as you're building your deck, you may want one that, has a pretty even mix of both. Then you're going to want a pretty evenly balanced deck. If you're going crazy, all air or something, or space, I should say. I keep saying air, but there's no air out there in space. There's no air in space. So there's...
So that's what you bring there.
That's right. We're so dumb. Okay, so anyway, then you're going to be going for those planets. And if you decide, if someone's going after the same planets, that's where the excitement goes with the more players you have. Well, actually, it's happened 2-player too, where we've kind of gone after the same planet before. That's where it gets exciting because you're like, my deck's not really built for a plan B. That's not the best thing. What am I going to do? And then you're like struggling, to figure out your plan B towards the end while you're fighting to get those core worlds because they're worth so many more victory points. It's crazy. But it's a lot of fun. I really like this game. It goes fairly quickly. I think the only thing that can be a detriment sometimes is with all of the expansions and stuff setting up, the game initially takes a little bit to
last time I organized it better. So
that's true. That's true.
Quicker,
it kind of streamlined it a bit.
But yeah, if you don't if you mix all the stuff together and don't unmix it, if you play again and you don't play with everything, it's very confusing to pull the stuff out that you need to pull out. Because there's several different modules in each expansion, and we have everything.
Yep.
We have everything. I think we're missing like one promo.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's awesome.
I like this game. It's a good one. Not near as good as City of the Big Shoulders.
Oh, whoa. Hey, them's fighting words. Just saying. Ooh, Wits and Wagers. Yes. Wits and Wagers is good. Oh, good to play over Skype. Yes, that is a good distance game, too. You guys are picking some good games. I'm liking.
So if you're just joining, what we're doing is we're doing our favorite game for each set of 100 on Board Game Geek's top 1,000. So, there you go. All right, my number 6 is... And it's ranked 553. And it is Star Trek Ascendancy.
A Star Trek game?
Star Trek
Hunter's list?
Ascendancy.
No way.
Star Trek Ascendancy. This is
the Star Trek game.
My favorite Star Trek game.
Your favorite Star Trek game.
It's interesting though, the two heavy hitters, which we'll find out in a moment, are both land in this set of 100.
Both find out in a moment?
I assume it's going to be your list. But anyway,
Star
Trek Ascendancy is...
What happens when you assume?
I wouldn't call this a 4X game. It's more of just an attacky game. So you play one of the different races, cultures of Star Trek. The base game is Klingons, Romulans, and the Federation. And you start out and you're on your little home planet and you go out and explore, take over planets. Either you convert them over with nice words like the Federation does, or you conquer them like the Klingons do. And they give you resources and you build up, you make more ships, and you expand. Eventually you're going to run into your opponents and you start beating them up. And it's kind of a race to a certain number of victory points. I think it's 5 victory points.
Yes, 5 ascendancies.
There's different ways to get victory points. Basically, there's different ways to get culture. use culture to buy victory points, and the races have different ways of gaining culture.
Pinkies
They
up.
all have their own individual technologies that you can advance that are unique to each of the cultures. You don't have a shared technology kind of tree. You have each race has their own separate technology. They have very different ways of playing. Like I said, the federations are more diplomatic. They go out and they kind of talk people into joining them, whereas the Klingons conquer them, and the Romulans are kind of somewhere in between. They rely on more on sneak and confusion and sneakiness. And there's all kinds of other races. There's the Ferengi, there's the Vulcans, the Andorians, all kinds of places. You can throw the Borg in if you wanted to do a it's not really cooperative. It's basically you're forced. You don't have a choice to be somewhat cooperative because if you don't attack the Borg, if you don't attack the Borg together,
they eat you all.
The Borg are going to win the game. So it's kind of I don't know if semi-co-op is the right word. It's more of a survival and then see who wins type situation. Yep. So it's a really solid Star Trek game if you're looking for a more macro kind of pulled back view of Star Trek, more on the planetary scale as opposed to like an episodic type game.
Oh, it's so good. Paul had a good point too, though. Sometimes the random start can unbalance the long games. Like we had that one game, remember, where
there was no planets.
We had planets in a weird spot, and our Klingon was isolated. Remember?
Yeah.
So he wasn't able to go out and attack to spread the love, the Klingon style, so that he could actually take over, like his race is built to do, and so he was at a bit of a disadvantage for a while. But then we've also had the opposite happen where we've had
people run into each other really quick.
Running over each other and then fight. Yeah. See, and you guys are mentioning all these good games. I saw Reef. That's a really fun one to play. I love the little bits in that. And, I lost it. I saw one that it was Telestrations. Oh my gosh. That was a close runner-up on some of those things. Yes.
All right, tell me about the other Star Trek game.
Oh my gosh, you are right. So I like this Star Trek game a hair more than an Ascendancy, and that is Star Trek Fleet Captains. I did, like you, think it was amusing and a bit sad at the same time that they were in the same 100.
Yeah, it was. It was funny.
Fleet Captains is number 555. It sounded very fortuitous also. So, this one is more of a micro as opposed to the Ascendancy's macro view, and this is more about the characters and your ships versus as a race as a whole. And you're going through and you're flipping tiles as you investigate your galaxy. In between the two, you kind of everybody starts at opposing ends. Going through and exploring, and you're completing these missions. You have to fly through, and you'll roll dice and see if you end up having some like random chance encounter with strange alien species, which you're going to recognize if you watch the episodes of especially original series and Next Gen, because they pop in there. I think there's some Deep Space Nine, maybe? I'm trying to remember. It's mostly original series and some Next Gen stuff in there.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic. And then you're going to recognize the characters because there's people, and you can mix them up so you can have Picard your captain and Spock your first mate and stuff like that. You can do all sorts of fun stuff. And they've got Klingon characters that you've seen in the movies. So it's all characters that you're going to recognize, and ship names that you'll recognize from the episodes and the movies and stuff. Not the newest reboot. This is way back. Because this is what, 2011?
When it came out?
Say when it came out. It was around there. It's older.
2011.
2000. Look at that. Yeah. I may know a few things about some of my favorite games now, finally. It's only taken me since 2011 to remember that. But yeah, it's just a really good game. It's another one of those, I like the ships in Ascendancy, but the HeroClix ships in Fleet Captains is awesome to me because sometimes I'd get the cards mixed up and stuff, but it's nice to see the stats on the ship so I can tell I can get hit one more time and blow up, or things like that. So It's really cool. I like that. Such a good game. And it's another one of those where it's just the sky's the limit, or the limit of space, however you want to look at this. And you can just go and explore, or you can attack, or you can do both. You can just accomplish missions and try to avoid people. You can cloak yourself and try to run around all over behind everybody's back. It's just a really cool game. Really cool game.
I find it interesting that both of these games are within 5 of each other. On
That
Board
is
Game Geek.
really interesting to me. Really interesting.
I wonder if a lot of Star
People-
Trek fans have them like us, kind of in the same
It's possible.
same spot in their head. I don't know. It's interesting, but Fleet Captain's been around a lot longer than Ascendancy, so it had.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Well, this one's just, holding its own.
All right, we're
It's a good game.
halfway. Let's go to the
It's a
top
good
half,
game.
the better half, maybe.
Possibly. I don't know. You guys are mentioning some good ones. Yeah.
My number 5
Awkward guest. Oh.
is the Colonists. Colonists
It's a good
coming
game.
in at 444. 444. At least when a couple days ago, so somewhere around there. Colonists, I love this game. It's a kind of a epic.
Kinda. It is epic.
Okay, it's an epic Euro game. It has some interesting
Through the ages.
action
civilization.
selection, I guess. They call it worker movement or something weird like that. They act like it's some amazing thing. But basically, it's you're putting tile. You start out and you got a very tiny little area, just a couple tiles where you're selecting your actions from. But as time goes by, you're going to build out and add more and more tiles that give you different actions. And you have your little worker guy that's moving around the board to select your actions. And you're building up your civilization. You're getting buildings. You're going through eras, so it's a Civ game. Basically, you start out and you're in the, I don't even know what age it is.
I think it was bronze, isn't it?
Yeah, you start out and you have certain resources you're using to build things, but as you move into the next era, those resources are kind of not as valuable, and then now you're working with maybe iron, and then eventually steel, and then so basically you're continually having to improve your engine and update what you're doing to get the most victory points. It's an epic game. It's long. Each era is probably an hour to 2 hours, and there's 4 eras, so you're talking 6 to 8 hours if you're doing the whole thing. But what's cool about this game is you can say, I'm just going to play era 1, or I'm going to play era 2, or maybe I'm going to do 1 and 2. So before you start, you can kind of budget how much time you have with how long of a game you want. And it gives you rules to say, if you want to just do era 4, you can. It gives you rules. This is what you start with, and this is what the board setup looks like if you want to start in that era. I think we've played 1 and 2 separately. We played 1 and 2 together. I don't know if we've ever even got to 3 before.
I thought we did 3, but we haven't done 4.
I can't remember. We've done several combinations.
Yeah,
We've played this game 5 or 6 times in different combinations.
One day we're going
never
to
played
get the whole thing.
one
We
all the way to
still have
4.
not gotten there.
I think we played 1 and then 2 and then 1 and 2 a couple of times, and I think we played 3 by itself. Just to try 3.
Yeah.
But we've never done era 4. So
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
So if you're looking for an epic heavy Euro game that you're like, it's like the TI4 of Euro games. It's basically, if you want to play the full Monte, you're gonna have to make a day of it, basically, just like you would.
Oh yeah, this is an epic full day of it. But again, you're so busy working on building up those resources and building your civilization. I don't think I noticed the time passing. This is one of those games where it doesn't feel like you just sat at the table for that long.
Well, yeah, and you're
really
engaged
cool.
on
it's
other.
so engaging.
Yeah, you're engaged on other individuals' turns, because they're adding tiles to that map, and you have to strategically think, okay, how am I going to maneuver my pawn to get the actions I want, and it's almost a race in a way to kind of keep up with everyone else with your engine. It's really cool. It's an awesome game.
Yeah,
The Colonists.
In fact. It's so awesome.
I never thought about this was a crossover.
This is our crossover.
That's funny.
Yeah, and when I checked it today, it was number 414. So it's gotten even better.
It can't be 414. They didn't go up 30 places in one day, did it?
That's what I looked up.
Am I crazy? They go up that much? Someone just fell in love with the Colonists today.
They're like, yes, love this game.
It really went up that high?
Maybe.
No way.
Maybe.
Did I mistype?
Maybe.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, see? Look at that. Hey, but you never know. All of a sudden, or they looked at a game and they're like, this game stinks. Maybe there was a stink campaign.
I don't know.
Everyone's downplaying it all, right? Yeah, and you guys are talking about some really good games, and a lot of them were on my... I'm thinking about honorable mention kind of thing, too. But the Colonists did win out. it's so hard when there's heavy hitters like Escape Plan and Alhambra. I love Alhambra. You guys know I love Alhambra. Coliseum was actually my second place. But the Colonists is like everything that Hunter said. In fact, I'm excited. I don't know how, when, what we're going to have to do to get this as a big epic thing, but we need to make it happen.
Play the whole thing, make a day of it, order some pizza, and play all day.
I'm liking that. I like that. Yeah.
I'm curious, though, in a game that long, if you have a problem with runaway leaders with that long of a game, could you be like Era 2 and be like, I don't have a chance?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
We haven't had that happen.
No, we haven't. But we only played 2 eras, so...
That's true.
We never played more than 2.
That's true.
All right, we'll just move on, because you copycatted me.
It's good, but yeah, you guys are picking some... Oh, man. It's fun to see. This is another one of those where I like to say, if you're watching after the fact, it's really good to have the chat stuff on, because you get like 10 times the games than a normal top 10 minute, because you guys talk about...
Yeah, if you're watching really after fact, load up the chat and look, because you
guys are talking about these really good games.
Lots of amazing games.
It's so awesome. I love it.
All right, my number 4,
which is
when I did it was 342. We'll hear about what Rebecca ranked it when we get to her turn. And that is Amerigo. Amerigo. This is, I think, last time I checked, my second favorite Feld game.
Yeah. I could see that.
It's moved up the list, and this is one that we keep going back to. Like when we think about, let's play a Feld game, this is the one we usually grab, which is because I like, my favorite is Oracle, her favorite's Trajan, but I think both of our second favorite might be Amerigo.
Cube Tower!
So I think that is one we kind of agree on to play a lot of times. It's like, okay, let's play a Feld game when that's the one we get.
With a cool, handy-dandy, gimmicky Cube Tower.
It's got a lot of cool things going on. It's got the Cube Tower. It's got the... I don't know what games... My 2 favorite Feld games, I'm on a boat moving around a map. So
you do have a thing with that.
I like being on a boat moving around a map.
In real life and in
real life. And, so yeah, you're basically... you have a little boat guy. It's a couple of boats you're moving around, and you're basically going out and taking over areas. It's like an area control game. There's different islands, and there's different resources you can pick up on those islands. And then once an island gets completely filled with these Tetris shaped, it's kind of a polyomino game, it fires off and you get points based on who controls the island. It's got resource management. Like I said, it's got the Cube Tower action selection system, which is really cool because you can't quite predict what's going to happen on every turn. So you kind of got, well, maybe I'll get to do this, but you got to have both kind of long-term strategy, but you have to have tactic. You got to react to what's happening, right? Round to round, because you may pick up 5 black cubes, which is certain that's a certain action you're going to get. Yep. You drop them in the tower, and 1 black cube comes out, but like 6 of something else comes out, and you're like, oh well, I can do something else that I wasn't expecting to do. So,
surprise!
So it's just a really cool game.
Also, it can go in the other direction though, where you put 20 cubes in and 1 comes out, and it's not the color you needed for that round. So it's part of the excitement, right? But yes, so it is. It went down space. It's 343 as of today.
Oh, so you did crossover?
I did, yes. So we do have 2 crossovers. What do you know? But yeah,
I think that's our last crossover.
I think it is too, possibly.
I predicted 2, but it wasn't.
You
wasn't the 2 I predicted.
Yeah, that's funny. This game is just so much fun, and again, I like to chime in about the Cube Tower all the time, but it really is funny. And this is one of those games that I feel like, though, I don't want to play around the children, because inevitably you snipe an island from me that I want, and I'm like, you person, this is a smack talk game.
I think one of the new Felds that's coming out has a Cube Tower. Is that right? I think that's right.
There was something we were like, yes, Insta-bike. So, yes, that is, I just, Amerigo's fun. It's a lot of fun. And seeing you guys are talking about, again, a whole slew of really, really good games as well, which is really cool. Raptor. I love Raptor. That game cracks me up so much, because you got Mama Raptor
and
the baby Raptors.
It's alright.
And the scientists.
It's alright.
The blow dart.
It's alright.
Knock them out.
You got anything else to add about Amerigo?
Amerigo, no, you pretty much summed up everything. Although this was another one of those. This was a set of 100 that I had a lot of games in it. Another close one was Glenmore 2. I like that one. Mystic Vale's in this. Time's Up was in this. The Title Recall version. King of Tokyo was in this set.
Yeah.
And Mystic Vale. Keyforge. That was the other one. Keyforge is in here. I like Keyforge.
So the next three.
So many good ones.
The next three.
Yeah.
The next three.
Next three?
Are all in my top 10 of all time.
Wow,
last
really?
year. We'll find out about this year.
Ooh,
but last year,
okay.
they were all three in my top 10.
Okay.
So we got some excellent games. We're going to start it off.
Oh, okay. I know that one.
With Western Legends.
Yeah. I knew, as soon as I saw that it was in this
Western
one,
Legends. Oh, this game. There's a new expansion coming out.
Oh, there is?
Yes. Blood Money.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
Western Legends. This is just an epic sandbox game. Is it my favorite? I always waffle between this and another game that's going to be talked about shortly as my favorite sandbox game. I just like it. It's got go out and you do all kinds of things. You can rustle cattle. You can rob trains. You can rob banks. You can go to the cabaret and make it rain. You can play poker. You can beat up other people. You can play what's the other game called?
Surprise!
You go and if you get the expansions, there's an exploration aspect to the game. There's a whole area of the map that you just go out and you explore and you get stuff. That's awesome. It's so much fun.
It is fun, and I always get the Red Dead Redemption vibe.
Oh yeah,
when
it's
we
very
played that
much
train
like that.
expansion because I just think of that stupid train.
Right, riding around on a train.
The whole world. Sorry, that was just funny. To go on a tangent, Hunter's playing Red Dead Redemption. He was trying to go and finish up all of the achievements and stuff. And
the one achievement you had to ride. It took me. I was sitting on the top of the
shoot
train.
A bird or something. Shoot some birds from the train.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I was just riding around the map. The bad guy, the police were not the police.
The law.
The law was chasing me. But yeah, this is a really cool game. You can be a marshal in this game, and you can do good guy stuff, or you can be a wanted man and do bad guy stuff. But you can switch gears. So if you're a wanted guy and you get caught, you can switch gears and become
turn
around.
Yeah.
Usually, for the most part, you stay one or the other. I like playing poker. I as much as I possibly can. I'll play poker at the saloon.
You go run around, you rustle a cow, go play poker, rustle a cat. No, he doesn't usually rustle very much. Depends on the game. It's pretty funny. It's a lot of fun.
I just really enjoy this game.
It's really funny. All right.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, you looking the rankings or something?
Refresh this.
Oh, okay. So
1 second. Stop. 1 second. I don't know what happened to our chat.
What?
Our chat died.
No.
And now it's back. Okay.
You're back!
For whatever reason, our chat stopped, so I had to refresh real quick. All right, so we're going to your number 3.
My number 3 is ranked number 281 in the list, and this was another one that was actually very...
Wow.
Excuse me. This was a tight one because I have what I think Hunter thought I was going to pick as my second, really close second. But my favorite pick out of this was Pillars of the Earth.
Wow.
The Pillars of the Earth is probably one of my favorite worker placement games. This one has just a really beautiful board, and it's really I think we spent like 2 minutes last time kind of reviewing the rules, and we hadn't played it in months, but because the board is so ordered and organized, it's really easy to progress through the turn, and I really enjoyed that. And I like it's got kind of 2 sets of workers that you're placing. You've got the little workers that are going to go out to the forest and chop wood and get your rock and stuff like that. So you're doling out people to where they need to go to get the certain amount of resources. Then you've also got your workers that you're going to place on the board that you're going to go to do things with those resources. And there's all sorts of bidding and scuffling around so that you don't want to pay taxes or try to avoid. There's an event each round that could be good or bad. Sometimes you want to do certain things to be able to see it or avoid it or both. And then again, going and getting all these cards and kind of building up your engine so you can do cooler and cooler things with the resources that you send out your little dudes to get. It's a really neat game. really like how it clicks.
I declare shenanigans with your...
Why?
What
Is
was-
viticulture in this set?
No.
Oh, because I was like, did I miss viticulture?
No, the game I thought you liked better than this was...
Were you thinking Merchants and Marauders?
No. Glass Road.
I guess now we're going to have to play them back to back.
I figured you picked Glass Road.
I do like Glass Road a lot. I do like it a lot. It's very similar, actually, in that regard of taking your materials and building up an engine so that you can do cool things with your materials. That part's very similar. I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe we have to play it again.
All right.
This one came to mind first. That's for sure, though.
Let's go with my number 2, which I just mentioned in my number 3.
I need to play Horrified. Everybody's talking about that game.
This is the other sandbox game.
Yeah.
Zaya, Legends of a Drift System. These are the ones...
Yeah.
Western Legends and this are kind of like right there together.
They're besties.
Zaya's 148. I don't know if I said Western Legends 262. Love me some Zaya, especially with the expansion. The expansion kind of streamlines it a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Takes care of some of the issues with the issues with the game, and gives you more options. It's just, this game's just amazing.
And
Pre-painted miniatures.
We say issues. It's really only for 2 players that it was really an issue, right?
Well, no, some people don't like the roll and move, where you can roll a bunch of ones in a row and things like that.
That's true. They did fix that.
And the economy, you can get a cheaty 2 planets right next to each other.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But anyway, love Zaya. It's a sandbox game. You can be a pirate, you can be a merchant, you can do exploration,
you can do
a little bit of everything. You go out and kill other players, blow up their ships.
You can go fly into the sun.
And it's not too punitive when you blow up. You used to lose a turn, and they even took that away. Now I think you just come back with some damage on your ship.
Yeah, it's so much better.
You effectively kind of lose a turn if you die
die
while your turn is going on.
Yeah.
But it's just a really amazing
it's
sandbox
fun.
game.
It's a lot of fun.
Love it. And it's one of those games that you can, like the Colonists in a way, you can decide how long of a game. You can go to a certain number of victory points. You can do a really short game, you can do a medium game, or you can do a crazy epic all-day kind of game. So,
which makes that all the cooler. Because you can check all the boxes, right? You're like, oh, let's throw it in a quick game in Zaya.
Yeah, there's so many choices, so many different ways to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a race game in a way to a certain number of victory points. There's different kind of ways, tons of different ways to make victory points in the game. So, love it. Love me some Zaya.
It's lovely. It's a lovely game.
I think the last time we played it, we played the epic version.
We did, and it was awesome.
Came down to the last turn between me and...
I think it was Carl, wasn't
Carl. And,
actually, weren't there like 3 of you, and I was only like 1 or 2 victory points behind
basically
you guys.
He finished... If
I
he
wasn't doing
did,
so well that game.
He was about to win, but I figured a way to score 3 points in 1 turn and ended up winning the last game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really close game. It was a lot of fun.
Zaya.
Joy in a box. I like that.
Zaya.
That's a great way to describe it.
Zaya. Well, your number 2 is not Zaya. What is it?
My number 2, it's one of those that we have discussed in the past that we're going to discuss them during the year we played them. And
maybe
then after
not.
that...
Maybe not.
Really?
Maybe not.
Oh, you're
we'll talk about that in a minute. But
okay, you're thinking about changing the rules. But my number 1 was kind of a hands down.
Number 2.
Number 2, I'm sorry. My number 1 in this list, I should say, was Clank Legacy. And which, honestly, if it wasn't for this game, I would have had an agonizing time, because this was probably the biggest chunk of 100 where I was like, ooh, that's a really good game. Ooh, this is like my 100, apparently. There were so many, but Clank Legacy wins. This was my favorite Legacy game, period, hands down. This was one of those where it was actually like a pure delight. I was like, oh boy, what are we going to get into today? The sense of humor for this game was on point. It was just silly. It's ranked 101. It squeaks in this list. The sense of humor is great. The exploration, you're adding to the map as you go. So you don't know everything that's going to happen. I like the addition to the map and stuff like that. I really like that feature in Legacy games. But it's more than just putting on the sticker, you know. There's something unique happening in these areas after you add them afterwards and things like that. The repercussions of what decisions you make echo throughout the entire rest of the game, which doesn't always happen with the legacy games. Right. Some of them are a little more episodic, and this one definitely felt like a legacy game. Everything had its some kind of consequence to it, and how you save up your points and things to up your stats. You know, you get so excited when you're like, ooh, and I don't want to tell you because I'm like, I want to say because it's really funny, but I mean, it's kind of corporate run in a way. As you can tell by the name, I'm not spoiling anything there. But the humor behind that and how the corporation...
Hey, stop with your spoilers.
That's it. I'm stopping there. I'm just saying, I loved it. It was hilarious.
Although, is it the 2-week rule? What's the rule for...
2 weeks?
Isn't that the rule?
2 weeks?
Oh, okay, maybe not.
That's terrible. You're very cult of the new. I call you new. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Someone joked that this is going to be... Your list is going to be out of date by the weekend. I think it'll be out of date by later this evening.
What?
Because this goes up 1 rank, it's going to be in the other set.
Oh. That's true. I need to go in and put my ranking for it.
So I had 3 games, and I don't know about her, but I had 3 games that I rated a 10 in this 100.
Yeah, it's a hard
Gaia,
list.
this game, and Dinosaur Island.
Yeah, Dinosaur Island was
those
the
are the 3
like, oh,
that I was
that
deciding
game.
between. And
so many good games.
It'd probably be Gaia, Clank, Legacy, and then Dinosaur Island would be my 3. But yeah, 3. There's a lot of... Well, we're getting to the top of the BG rankings. There's a lot of great games.
Yeah, I mean,
in this list.
Yeah, I mean, it's more and more people are probably going to agree with us at this point, possibly because of the rankings, right? But yeah, there's so many good ones. Detective was in here. Res Arcana. Let me tell you, I had a little bit of trouble with that.
It's
but Zaya, Deception, Vinos, Star Realms. You guys know I love Star Realms. Endeavor Age of Sails in here. Istanbul, Castles of... I almost said MLK. Martin Luther King. The Castles of Martin Luther King.
Oh, jeez.
Mad King Ludwig. Lord. Dinosaur Targi's in this set. I was just looking at all of Sushi Go Party. All of these games that I just really love to play over and over are in this set of 100. And, so tough. It's a tough list. Yeah, see, everybody's... Oh, Paul, yeah, you had a crossover with me. Woo!
So my number 1 game is very anticlimactic. Climactic. Because it's my favorite game of all time. And that is War of the Ring. 2nd edition. Favorite game of all time as of...
Today.
Like my last top 100 list.
Whoa!
So this is number 12.
What?
It's a tragedy, this number 12. Travesty and a tragedy. Yes, number 12. War of the Ring is Lord of the Rings in the box. It is an epic game of epicness. It is probably it's my favorite game. It's probably my favorite 2-player game. It's my favorite epic game. It's my favorite everything game.
It's my everything.
One person plays the shadow. Other person plays the
free peoples of Middle Earth.
Yes, the free peoples. That's what it is. I've talked about this game many times.
Turn into talk
I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to talk about it more.
I think
but
you do.
I love this game. It's awesome. It's fun. If you like Lord of the Rings, it is amazing. It is a bit better to teach. It's a bit of a better to set up, but it's worth all that and more.
I think you have some explaining to do, Lucy.
I was trying to think.
Do what they call me, because we usually are
free
like
people. But I was trying to think of the free people versus the fellowship. What I was trying to think of. So the fellowship and the free people were both merging in my head.
Free,
the free fellowship. So yeah, I haven't played this one in a while. It's been over a year since I played this.
We need to. You know what? What are we doing this weekend? War of the Ring.
Sleeping.
Oh, yeah, that's probably good too.
So what's your number 1?
My number 1 is ranked number 7 in Board Game Geek, but it's my personal number 2, and that's Gaia Project.
So why did you pick this over your favorite game?
Is viticulture in this one? I
Yes.
knew it. I couldn't find
Yes.
viticulture. I couldn't find viticulture.
Yes.
Ah! So it's also friends with viticulture.
It's viticulture. Wait.
Was
hold on.
it? Oh, he's looking for me. How did I miss viticulture?
We're talking about Gaia Project because that's what you picked.
Yeah. Okay. So Gaia Project is my number 2 game. I'm not going to complain, right? But it's actually a pretty heavy game. It's
Right here.
another space theme. Where? Oh my gosh! It's 21. How did I miss that? I must have been blinded
And
by
the regular
Wingspan.
viticulture's somewhere else.
Garbage. Ugh.
I think the regular viticulture.
I can't complain about that, though, because viticulture is amazing, too. And so is Gaia Project. I'm not going to complain. What are you doing?
I can't see.
Oh, you're looking up the actual game?
The 176
Oh!
is the regular viticulture.
Okay.
Viticulture Essentials
So I missed it in
is
2
one everyone
lists.
votes for these days. So
I missed it in 2 lists.
is it has
I, like, completely...
it could have been your 2 and your 1.
Yeah.
Although we technically never played the Essentials edition,
No,
so
and-
technically it would be your number.
Oh, that bothers
2
me
game.
so much. It was like...
The Gaia Project's the correct choice. Your Clank Legacy is the incorrect choice.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Because Clank Legacy's in the group with viticulture.
The viticulture, yeah,
Yes.
with the true viticulture, yeah, because I would have put that. Man, see the 200s there, the 101 to 200. That was my toughest list then because I was so blinded by all of them.
Well, tell us about Gaia Project.
I will because it's so good. You guys know about viticulture anyway, so you get an extra, a freebie.
The freebie.
A freebie. Gaia Project is a pretty heavy game and it's space themed, so there's that, and it's really awesome. But what you're doing with it, it's all about this really cool tech tree engine builder. And you're using that to go and explore your galaxy and make federations with the planets. Yes, I said Federation of Planets. They said it actually first, not me. But and it's funny to me, I mean, yeah, it's about the map and the planets and colonizing them and getting your bonus points, but I don't know. I am just a sucker for the good engine builder, and your playboard for this is all about manipulating your stuff so that you work on this really cool, pretty intricate tech tree, and I love that. I spend more time playing with this than I do the map, which is probably why I don't always have a Federation.
Yeah, you get bonuses.
I get bonuses, Federation bonuses, if you get certain clusters of planets together, but I'm always like, oh, it's so fun to play with the bits and stuff that I'll play, and I'll have a really cool engine that didn't really do a whole lot on paper, so, yeah, you know. But when I focus on it and actually aim towards winning the game, you build up a really cool engine, and you usually streamline. You're not going to get great at everything on your tech tree. It's not about that balance. It's about finding your niche, how you're going to get the most, results on your map with the particular. They're different. They're different. I think they are just different races, aren't they?
What's that?
The playboards are all unique.
Yes.
It's kind of like Scythe. So the engines are slightly different, and you have different benefits and abilities versus
and they
the other
terraform
players.
differently, and they live on different planets.
They live on the. And that's the other thing too, is you'll get one that may be really good at developing a certain kind of planet for very cheap, but on the map you're not near a lot of other ones like that. So it just kind of depends on what you get and how you do it. And I really like Scythe for that reason too, because you've got a unique player board that you're building up all this engine, and this has it, but it's Meteor. It's even Meteor space game. I saw that. Okay, but anyway, really, really neat game. If you like heavier games and you like Euro games, this is a cool game. Very cool game. Almost as cool as Viticulture.
I like that idea. Who was it, Nathan, that said the 1 in 10 games? You do the top 100 in groups of 10.
Oh, that's cool.
So we played enough of the top 100.
Yeah,
to
oh
be
yeah.
able to do that.
That's a great
I think
idea.
I've played like 90 games in the top 100.
I wouldn't be
You're
a bit
probably
surprised.
pretty close to that,
I've
too.
got to be close to that too. That's cool. That's cool. I got his other one that he wrote down too.
What's
so,
that?
Top 10 games that you would reacquire after losing your entire collection. Because it wouldn't just be necessarily your top 10. I was thinking about that because at first I'm like, your top 10. But no, I wouldn't.
If you only had 10 games to pick, the whole 10 games, you go to Island, what 10 games would you
Yeah,
do,
it's
kind
kind of
of
the
thing?
same kind of deal. Because, I don't know, I thought that was kind of an interesting one. Because it's not going to be just your top 10. Or at least it wouldn't for me.
And mine would be pretty close, I think.
You think so?
But all my top 10s are epic games. I'd need some other games that aren't
See,
quite
that's what I'm
that
saying.
long
That's-
and epic. So.
Yeah. So.
All right, well that's it. That is our top 10 1 in 100 games.
Yeah. So that's cool. You guys had some great. See, I mean, it's just it's hard to go wrong, right? When you're looking at some of these games, and trying to choose from them. It's like a kid in a candy store. Ooh, which one is the coolest one?
All right, folks. So
Good times.
So let's wrap up by telling you what's coming up.
Ooh, what is
on the
coming
channel?
up?
So next week is next Tuesday is our variety show. We've got a lot of new games played. We're probably going to have even more new games played by the time we get to Tuesday. So we'll have lots of new games talk about. Yeah, at last. I think we'll probably have 5 to 10 new games to talk about next time we talk.
Ooh.
Which is like we've never played before, kind of new games.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
All right. Over on the Board Game Geek, our Board Game Geek Guild, the link is down in the description of this video. I've got a couple polls going.
Ooh, we do. I need to get on there.
About my top 100, which is coming up.
Ooh, I got to
One poll is, how should I treat legacy games?
Oh, you're opening that can of worms again.
And they're saying every game is fair game. But you rate it on how you feel about it currently.
That's fair.
Okay? That's what's winning right now, but you can change all that by going voting. The other one is 18XX games.
Oh, yeah.
I've played 4 of them. Should I rank them separately, together, etc.? So 2 polls that you can vote on. Additionally, I'm probably going to be doing another poll for our next top 10 2 weeks from tonight. Let you guys pick what we do for that. We got some good suggestions. I'll throw some other random suggestions in. You guys can vote on that. I'll probably put that up in the next day or two for you guys to vote on for our next top 10. And the date is set. October 10th. Hunter's top 100 games of all time for 2020. Live introductory show.
Ooh.
October 6th.
No, you said 10th last.
Oh, my bad. October 6th.
You kill me, Smalls.
October 6th. I can't do math. 4 weeks.
Says the account.
4 weeks from tonight.
Oh my gosh, really?
October 6th.
Wow, where does the time go? It only felt like a decade or two this year.
So variety show, top 10, variety show, top 100.
Kabuki wants you to play more 18XX games before you make the list.
You know what? What's funny is I may actually do that if Mr. Tommy can find some free time, because 18xx.games has 2 new in full production 18xx games available to play.
That is so cool. Oh man, that website's
I want to try them out. Let's see what they see what they are.
Okay.
Look them up real quick. What they have.
I'm really surprised.
They have 18 GA and 18 TN.
Georgia and Tennessee?
Yep. Are in full production to be played. So if we get those played, would those be added into the top 100 as well?
Ooh.
So, I'm excited about trying those out. So I've played 4, 1889, 1830, 1846, and 18 Chesapeake. So do I rank them separately? Together as my favorite. I put together as an average of the 4. So, because all 4 could potentially be my top 100. So if I do them separately, those are taking 4 spaces, but that also lets you know how I feel about those each individually. Although I talk about them all if they were ranked together.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I saw a question. When does your official top 100 start? After the intro video? How long before you have your first?
We're probably going to do the same as last year. We're going to do 2 a week for 5 weeks. The first one is live, which is introductory, basically explains how I did my list, all the good stuff, statistics, junk like that. And then I do 110 to 100 in that show, 101, 110 to 101 in that show. Then 100 to 11, which is 9 videos, are all pre-recorded, and it's going to go Tuesday and Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday. And then at the very end, my top 10 is live again.
Cool.
So usually it's about 5 weeks later. So 2 a week for 5. This would be 5.5 weeks because it's actually 11 videos. Mm-hmm. So it'll be Tuesday, Thursday. I think the top 10 will be on a Tuesday. Would fall on a Tuesday, and that would be live.
Very cool. Yes, and then yes, March was 17 weeks long. I agree.
Yeah.
Yes. Checked out. Have we checked out Lovecraft Country yet?
Never heard of it.
Never have heard of that. Kabuki, is this going to be like Leaving Earth? Is this the new? Did you find a new bone to gnaw on here? That
Lovecraft is. I assume
Lovecraft
is
Country.
that a show? A TV show?
I don't know. Is it a TV show? Oh, it's
American
a drama series. I thought it was a board game.
Oh, it's on HBO. We don't have cable.
Yeah.
No cable for us.
Nope. Not a game. Yeah, she's like, no.
No cable for us. We have Netflix, Disney Plus, CBS All Access. And that's it.
Yeah.
And YouTube.
That's plenty.
Everyone has YouTube.
Everyone was saying, we all have the YouTube.
All right, that's it, folks. So next time, a variety show. We're having some cool games. We might do a live play. If Rebecca has time, she might do the internet versus Hunter and Battle of Wits.
Oh, we will be. I've got it mostly built already.
What?
I do. I gotta pick one.
I'm gonna be. You won. I'm gonna be all embarrassed. I'm gonna get destroyed by the internet.
I didn't really win. I thought we tied.
No, you won on the.
Oh, that's right. I won on the stupid game.
on the rock paper scissors tiebreaker. All right, let's get out of here.
All right. Well, it was wonderful chatting with you all, and it was great to chat about some cool games and fun stuff. Take care, and we will see you next week. Bye.